Hi everyone. When I started designing the app list for this ultra-wide Cockpit screen, I realized the normal app icon could no longer work as the whole entry. A square icon works well on the phone because the screen is compact and the grid already gives it structure. But on a long Cockpit display, the same icon becomes too small compared with the screen. It starts to look like a small object placed on a large surface instead of becoming part of the cockpit interface. So the design question changed. I was no longer thinking about how to make the app icon prettier. I had to decide what an app entry should become on this kind of screen. The entry needed to feel wide enough for the display, clear enough for recognition, and easy enough for the user to select. Once the screen proportion changed, the app entry also needed a new structure. The first idea would be to keep the normal squares icon, but on this screen, that creates a weak visual unit. The icon does not occupy enough space, and the app list cannot hold left and right side of the display. Then I considered making the icon larger. That helps the user see and select it. But the interface quickly becomes heavy. A large square icon on the wide Cockpit screen feels too blunt because the shape is growing without adapting to the screen. Only increasing the touch area does not solve the design problems. If the visible icon stays small but the spacing becomes much wider, the app list starts to lose its grouping. Changing the icon design itself will create an even bigger cost. App icons carry brand recognition, and many of them come from third-party services. Once the icon style is redesigned, every app becomes a separate design, so I keep the icon unchanged. The icon should still do what it is good at, helping the user recognize the app quickly. The new structure comes from the rectangle behind the icon. I treated this rectangle as the real app entry because it can match the wide screen more naturally than a square icon can. The icon stays on top, so the brand signal remains stable. The card carries the text, so the app becomes easier to understand. The wider shape also makes the selectable area visible, instead of hiding the touch target behind empty spacing. I didn't want the icon to sit flat inside the rectangle. That would make the design too plain. So I gave the icon shadow and let its color affect the backing card. This creates a small spatial relationship between the icon and the card. At that point, each app entry starts to feel like a reduced version of the Cockpit screen itself. It has a wide proportion, a clear center, and a visible interaction body. The app icon remains the recognition layer, while the rectangular card becomes the interaction unit. I'm Paxton. I share automotive UX and intelligent cockpit design analysis here. If you have any thought or examples you want me to discuss, leave a comment. And if this topic interests you, welcome to subscribe.